It looks like Gypsy Rose has now unlocked a new character since she has cut all of her hair off. I'm going to show you that picture now. So here's the photo. It was posted, or either somebody from her personal group shared it from her private Instagram, TikTok. I'm not really sure. I found it on Reddit. As you can see, it definitely looks like a wig and not extensions, just because of how the front right there is. It doesn't look that great.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the wild world of celebrity gossip and true crime drama. If you're new here, buckle up because today we're talking about Gypsy Rose Blanchard and how it seems like she's spiraling in ways that have everyone buzzing. Quick shout out, drop in the comments where you're watching from, what time it is there, and if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Let's keep this community growing. All right, let's jump right in. Now, before we get into all the juicy details, I have to make it super clear that everything I'm sharing here is alleged, based on rumors floating around online, and totally speculative. I'm not claiming any of this as hard fact, just piecing together the chatter that's been making waves in the Gypsy universe. So picture this. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, fresh out of her past life and into the spotlight, has apparently decided to hit the reset button on her look in the most dramatic way possible. Word is she's chopped off all her hair and is rocking a wig now. And honestly, it's giving major flashbacks to her old days. You know, back when she was allegedly forced into that shaved head, wig-wearing routine as part of some bigger scheme. It's ironic, isn't it? Here she is, free as a bird, and yet circling back to the same aesthetic that defined her toughest times. Rumors suggest this all stemmed from a bad hair mishap a couple weeks ago. Maybe some over-bleaching that turned her locks orange and fried them to the point of no return.
I find it so ironic how she used to shave her head whenever she was with her mother, wear all these wigs and dress up and role-playing and stories and Cinderella, whatever. And yet here she is, out of prison, still doing the same thing, almost seems. And it's really bizarre. Do y'all not think that's just bizarre? She didn't have to go that route whenever the hair thing happened a week or two ago. She didn't have to go that route. I feel like there was other options that she could have did, such as deep conditioning, dye it brown, don't put no heat on it, don't brush it hard for about a week or two. She probably would have been fine, unless it literally, the bleach burnt off to the scalp and it fell out when you washed it. But I just don't think that happened, because we all seen the photo of her where it was orange up to here in the sun outside, and it was still there. So what happened? I don't know. But here we are. She is wearing wigs now. So let's see what character is going to come out this time.
But come on. Couldn't she have tried deep conditioning, laying off the heat tools, or even just going for a subtle trim? Allegedly, the damage wasn't scalp deep because photos showed it holding on in the sunlight. So what really pushed her to go full buzz cut? Speculation is rife that this isn't just about hair. It's like unlocking a new persona, echoing those Cinderella fantasies and role-playing vibes from her past. Bizarre, right? It makes you wonder if she's subconsciously clinging to familiar patterns, even when she doesn't have to. And now with the wig in play, supposedly leaked from a private account or spotted on Reddit, it looks a bit off, like the front isn't blending seamlessly, almost as if it's a quick fix rather than a pro job. What's the next character arc here? Will we see her channeling some bold new alter ego, or is this just the start of more unpredictable twists?
Gypsy Rose is at it again. Is anybody surprised? I definitely knew as soon as she picked up that painting and said, "This is my pre-crime painting," she was promoting it. And she is literally only promoting it to the type of people still following her, and the only type of people still following her are those with the same type of evil in them that matches the evil in her. That's the only way anyone would support her anymore. And the Son of Sam law, really, that has to be covered. Her monetizing her pre-crime painting has to be covered by the Son of Sam law. She should have never been able to monetize her crime, but she has. She's a murderer, not a victim, and I'm sick of it. I can't wait for Aurora to grow up, because I really hope it's a third generation curse, because Dee Dee killed her mama, Gypsy killed her mama. Aurora, you're next.
Shifting gears, let's talk about these so-called raw live streams Gypsy's been doing lately. They come across like intimate confessionals, where she's spilling secrets and pulling viewers in closer, making fans feel like they're getting the real, unfiltered her. But alleged manipulation tactics are at play here. She's allegedly steering the narrative with precision, choosing exactly what to share to paint herself in a sympathetic light. Take the recent one where she touched on her show getting canceled. She claims it was her call, but rumors say the numbers tanked hard, and it was more of a network boot. Then there's the endless cycle. Victim 1 minute, survivor the next, begging for pity before flipping to, I'm thriving now. It's like a recycled script. Feel bad for her because she allegedly tried to end it all recently, but oh wait, she's fine after a quick therapy stint. Hold up, wasn't she allegedly in Miami just weeks ago, living it up? How does 3 sessions fix deep-seated issues?
Gypsy Rose Blanchard's blaming y'all for her wanting to leave the earth, and don't take that personal because we're not sure if it was true or not. But listen, at the end of the days, I told y'all to lighten up on the Gypinator. Didn't I tell y'all to lighten up on the Gypinator? And then you go trashing her, trying to expose her. You gonna expose her or not? Wait, you did. Gypsy's been exposed. It's all gonna be fine. Everybody relax. Everybody relax and keep doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, we need to expose Gypsy for who she really is. Right? Wasn't that the plan, to expose the Gypinator? I think she's been exposed. The only takeaways I got from Gypsy's live stream, I'm not gonna lie, I really liked when she was yelling about the thunder and lightning. Then I had to go down a rabbit hole and check the weather in her area.
Speculatively, these lives only pop up after big drama, like leaked emails, her ex Ken supposedly heading to rehab, or this haircut fiasco. It's timed perfectly to draw empathy, weaponizing her trauma to reel people back in. And don't get me started on her dropping that she turned down big money to show her daughter's face because of morals. Allegedly a hefty sum, but she chose privacy. Morals? Rumors paint a different picture of someone who's allegedly grifted her way through life, so that claim feels like another layer of narrative control. It's all designed to build trust, but speculatively, trust her at your own peril. She's allegedly not the reliable type, constantly recycling sympathy plays to stay relevant.
Well, I don't remember much from my childhood, but this is like my favorite spot. It was such a simpler time when I was little. Like, nothing was complicated. The things that, my life was complicated, but my perception of my life wasn't. Like, all I knew is mommy loved me, grandma loved me, papa loved me, my aunts and uncles loved me, my cousins loved me, and that's all I knew.
All Gypsy knew was that her family loved her. That's extremely different from what Christy Blanchard said here in this little interview. When she was younger, Gypsy didn't know that her family loved her. She didn't know that she could call us. She didn't know. She thought we wanted nothing to do with her. Gypsy just said all she knew was love from all these people. Dee Dee made it impossible. She made it very impossible for her to reach out. Well, she didn't find it impossible to reach out to me and say, hey, go look at Dan.
Cemetery so she could see her grandmother, Emma. We're gonna go to the golden metaphor.
I think I know where Mama's grave is.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't been to her grave since I was like 10. So.
She hadn't been there since she was 10. Now, she didn't know her age. How did she know how old she was when she went there? She just freaking said, oh, well, I don't have very many memories from my childhood. And in this short clip from her show, she says 2 different things that she remembers off the whim from her childhood. This is my first time watching Gypsy Rose's show, and it's so freaking hard to watch. She keeps busting out her lie about her age, and I don't know how anybody still believes that shit. Having memories off the whim when she goes places, but then saying, oh, well, I don't have very many. Come on, y'all. Her own show shows she's freaking lying.
Oh, and speaking of blame games, there's this alleged angle where Gypsy's pointing fingers at the public for her dark thoughts, like we're the reason she's been on the edge. But allegedly, that's just deflection. Don't take it personally, because even the rumors aren't sure if it's legit. It's funny how creators and fans alike have been calling her out, exposing layers, and then suddenly it's lighten up 1 second, keep exposing the next. Confusing much? The takeaway from her lives? Well, amid the chaos, she had this hilarious moment yelling about thunder and lightning, checking the weather app mid-rant. It was kind of fun, showing a glimpse of her goofy side. I'll give her that. She's got a spark of humor when she's not scripted. But overall, it's allegedly all part of the performance, flipping from vulnerable to empowered to keep the audience hooked. Now, diving into the birth control drama that's got everyone talking, allegedly Gypsy admitted she wasn't on it during key moments, but rumors suggest she never was, especially when trying to lock down relationships.
The birth control thing. They'd seen a clip where she was like, I wasn't on birth control. You never took the birth control to begin with. Let's be honest. You're trying to get pregnant with me, girl. So I forgot to take the birth. You never took it. Tell the fucking truth.
Yeah.
You never took it. Period.
I
I know this video looks like Ryan Anderson is calling out Gypsy, but baby, he's not doing that. Pretty sure he's just letting Ken know. Oh, you ain't special, buddy. She was trying to have my baby too. What Ryan doesn't realize is Gypsy Rose planned a baby with damn near every guy she spoke to. But back to the birth control. I think all of us out here knew that Gypsy was trying to trap Ken with a baby. He had that man thinking she was on birth control when, just like Ryan said, she was not taking it. And I'm sorry, but you don't go off for 4 days with a dude and have constant with them and then not one time think, oh shit, what if I end up pregnant?
Take her ex, Ryan. He supposedly posted something that felt like a subtle dig. But speculatively, it was more aimed at Ken, like, hey, you're not special. She tried the baby trap on me too. Allegedly, she planned pregnancies with multiple guys, even back in prison days, stockpiling baby stuff and scheming. With Ken, after those alleged 4-day getaways full of intimacy, how does she not think about consequences unless pregnancy was the goal? Her dad, stepmom, and others allegedly warned her against it, knowing her patterns. And yeah, Ken might want her, but did he sign up for fatherhood right away? Rumors say she kept the birth control lapse secret, leading to this surprise baby. She even slipped in comments like, I don't regret having my baby, unprompted, which raises eyebrows. Nobody asked, girl. Plus, her saying she has to put herself on the back burner as a parent, that's just basic parenting. It's not a sacrifice badge. Speculatively, this is all entertainment fodder, sparked by Ryan's shade, highlighting her alleged history of using pregnancy as a hook.
Unless, well, that's what you're trying to do, is get pregnant. In my opinion, that's exactly what Gypsy Rose was trying to do. That's why her dad, her stepmom, hell, pretty sure Mia, all told her, don't get pregnant, because they fucking knew Gypsy was plotting and planning to have a baby. She had been plotting and planning this before prison. She planned to have a baby with Nick and had already started stealing baby clothes and stockpiling them. I wonder if that's how all the meds got in the closet. They were stealing it. That's just a thought and it just dawned on me. Anyway, I know somebody's going to be like, she didn't trap Ken. Ken wants to be with her. And yeah, Ken does want to be with her, but did he want a child right now? Do you think he knew that Gypsy wasn't taking her birth control? Gypsy's also made some little comments that made my eyebrow go, dude. Heard her twice say, I don't regret having my baby. Well, that's good, but nobody even fucking asked you about that. Talked about how she has to put herself on the back burner a lot. It's just a crazy statement because as a damn parent, I mean, that's where you are anyway. You were never on the front burner once that baby was born, just saying. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Miss Rose didn't tell Kenny Boy, oh yeah, I hadn't taken my birth control in X, Y, and Z days. Probably the whole time they were in those 4 days. I mean, this is all alleged entertainment purposes. Don't even, you know, my opinion. Baby, we got here because of Ryan this time.
But here's what really stands out. All the things Gypsy allegedly didn't say in that live. She explained away jealousy toward her half-sister Mia, the show's flop, flipping between guys, but nothing on how her attitude shifted lightning fast post-parole. 1 minute, her mom was this beloved figure she mourned deeply. The next, allegedly a monster called by her first name. And her co-conspirator Nick, from shared blame to allegedly throwing him under the bus, claiming it was all his idea. No waterboarding needed. She flipped quick. Why skip that? Speculatively, because she can't spin it. It's too blatant, and we've all called her on it. That parole end allegedly sparked her bigger spiral, unleashing unfiltered rants that self-incriminate. She addressed TikTok chatter like her art flopping or guy hopping, but dodged the switch-up. Allegedly, it's the one narrative she can't control, having already messed it up publicly. Flashback to some alleged old letters where Gypsy gushed about relationships, praising Ryan as a stand-up guy through quarantines, COVID, her time in the hole for unknown reasons, his job loss over their romance, and a visitation ban from her irresponsibility.
You're wondering why Gypsy Rose pled guilty and didn't go to trial? This shit right here is why. I showed y'all the crime scene picture with all Gypsy Rose's belongings out of that backpack. There's an LG smartphone in that crime scene photo. And it's Gypsy's. They bring up photos and all that good stuff that's on the phone. Some of those photos are the ones of the layout of the house and where she's doing this over the pillow. However, what we didn't know is that in some of those photos, she's holding the actual knife that she had Nick murder her mom with. Just in case you want a screenshot, you can see right there, he says, yes, there's photos of her with the knife. I'll just tell you, Mike Stanfield objects so much in this. He does not want any of this evidence put in. You can see right here, they ask him about a picture that's on the phone, and the witness says, it appears to be the house on Volunteer Way and somebody holding the knife.
She talked emotional hurdles strengthening them, walls coming down, even showing up makeup-free, messy hair, no dentures, vulnerable for the first time. Allegedly, she never let Ken see that raw side back then. It painted a healthy bond built on love and trust, until she allegedly cheated and got pregnant with someone else. Ouch. Speculatively, that betrayal underscores her patterns of building up, then tearing down. At the core, rumors paint Gypsy as mentally unstable, constantly cosplaying to escape her reality because she allegedly hates who she is.
Gypsy was waving the knife around that she had Nick murder her mom with. That's fucking insane. You go screenshot right here, they tell him to go ahead, flip through those photos real quick. They have him look at the photos, watch the video, and he says, yeah, it depicts exactly what Dee Dee's room looks like. Right there, they have plenty enough evidence to show she premeditated this, and she sent instructional videos for him to do this shit with the actual knife. That's disgusting. Mike Stanfield asked Detective Hancock, I believe it is, so she flat out said, come kill my mom. Just trying to make it seem like Gypsy did not ask for this, which you know she did. Tried to object about the stuff that was coming out on the phone, but Ann Patterson was like, I don't care, it's loading, give it a second. Talks about Gypsy using Yahoo Messenger to send the messages. Then they start going through the text. I'm in Springfield, and it talks about how Gypsy moved the murder up a night in the text. Unless you want to do it tonight. Nick got there earlier than expected, and Gypsy said, we're killing my mom tonight and wait until tomorrow. Coming from Gypsy's LG phone, I will text you, we are doing this tonight. This shit is why Gypsy did not go to trial. By the way, this is the hearing where Christy and Rod showed up, you know, after Gypsy had told them, nothing on the news is true, I'm a good girl. Got to court, they read her fucking text messages, bro.
Over the past year and a half, she's switched identities, hairstyles, costumes, like a chameleon avoiding the mirror. This isn't self-expression, it's evasion, slipping into roles to dodge her mediocre truth. Allegedly shallow, predictable, unprofound, she's got no education, skills, trade, or redeeming personality traits. Her only claim to fame? That infamous act against her mom. Without it, she's allegedly nothing, so she regresses. Wigs tying back to her identity roots, a cry for sympathy like old times. Shaving her head, speculatively reaching for a proven mask that got her attention and manipulation power before. But now, life's different. No more scamming sympathy easily. Her family allegedly isn't stepping in for real psychiatric help, ignoring this regression. It's been a pattern since pre-prison, cosplaying online for validation from creeps, getting rushes from being wanted. Every online appearance? A performance, not authenticity, allegedly crafting personas until one sticks. That new wig photo? Filters aside, it looked decent. Better than her maternity or jazz fest blondes. Blonde doesn't suit her, it aged her oddly. But it's not style, it's struggle.
Can't find the other little clip, but it also freaking talks about how Gypsy's phone didn't have near as many of her and Nick's messages on it as Nick's did. So she tried to delete shit too. Actually talk about how even though you delete stuff off a memory card, it never really goes away. It just makes whatever the memory card is in believe that, hey, you got free space if you need it. There's also a part in here that brings up Ruby. And if you did not know, Ruby was only created 3 weeks before the murder. I'm pretty sure those pictures of the layout of the house and stuff were made the same time.
Erasing her identity out of self-despise. Finally, on the jealousy front, Gypsy claimed in her live she's over-envying Mia, citing prom and dad bonds as past triggers. Sounds mature, but speculatively, it's because the fantasy shattered up close. Allegedly, she idolized Mia's perfect life from afar, prom, cheerleading, Rod's presence, while ignoring perks like Disney trips or free homes she got. But reality? Rod allegedly distanced himself by choice, not wanting the burden. If Gypsy lived with him and Christy, care would have faltered. Stepmoms aren't saints, and Rod was absent working. Every family has chaos, hospital runs, issues, and Dee Dee allegedly provided devoted care out of love, not malice. Gypsy's alleged projections blame mom for bashing dad, but rumors say that's Gypsy's invention to fuel victimhood. Post-prison, living with Rod and Christy exposed the mess. Toxic dynamics, no picture-perfect bliss. Her growth allegedly isn't real. It's narrative shift, using Mia as backdrop to reinforce deprivation. And when Mia stayed with Ken during parole, Gypsy allegedly hovered daily, ego-boosting by outdoing her sister. Everything's self-serving, allegedly no kindness, just ego. So, is she truly over it, or faking maturity? Speculatively, the latter, turning illusions crumble into redemption fodder. Gypsy's recent livestream had her pulling out all the stops to play the victim card, again. Allegedly, she's been leaning hard into this narrative, trying to make everyone feel sorry for her with some pretty heavy claims, like hinting she wanted to check out for good.
Gypsy Rose said she had thoughts of deleting herself very recently. This was back when she was in Austin after the billboard was put up of her. GRB said if content creators won't stop reporting on her, she will remove herself from the equation. Listen to this.
I need for my mental health, but I will tell you guys that when I went to Austin with Ken and Aurora, this was like 2 weeks after I got off parole and the whole billboard thing happened and everything. I hit bottom and I wanted to unalive myself. So Ken was like, I was in the bedroom and I was like, Ken, please, like, I just want it to end. I cannot take this anymore. I have taken everything from every angle and it's just hit after hit after hit. And I'm at my knees and people are kicking me down.
Seriously, girl? That's a bold move to tug at heartstrings, but the rumors aren't buying it. Word on the street is that Gypsy's got a knack for spinning tales that paint her as the ultimate underdog, but some are calling her out as a master manipulator. Allegedly a narcissist, sociopath, even psychopath. Harsh? Maybe, but the speculation is that she thrives on creating scenarios to keep the spotlight on her, even if it means throwing others under the bus. Case in point, her friend Bri, allegedly got roped into one of these lives, talking up how devastated Gypsy was over a billboard situation. Supposedly, this was tied to photos of her daughter Aurora that Gypsy herself allegedly sold, only to flip the script and cry foul when they went public. The gossip suggests she orchestrated the whole thing to set someone up as the bad guy, so she could play the attacked mom card. Classic move, right? Allegedly, she's been pulling stunts like this since she got out of prison, maybe even before, creating drama to stay relevant. And when people start seeing through the lies, suddenly she's the one being bullied. Oh, please.
And he's like, you know what? Tomorrow we're gonna go to Austin. We're gonna go visit my mom. We're gonna get you away. We are gonna go and have some time where you can get away from social media. You can just be happy. And so we did, and it was so refreshing to just say, you know what? Oh God, this is so nice not being on social media and not having to worry about people's opinions of me and all this kind of stuff. And that's when it started to click that privacy and a more quiet life is going to bring me inner peace and happiness within my own self and my own life. But I will say, yeah, I was at the point where I'm like, I want to unalive myself. Now, I don't feel that way anymore. I've had, I've had therapy since then. I've had time. I have pulled myself out of that depression. I am stable. I'm good. I'm good.
Let's talk about some of those alleged lies, because the internet's been having a field day with them. One of the wildest? Gypsy claiming she didn't know her own age until she got locked up. Because, get this, her family never used numbered birthday candles. What? You don't need a candle shaped like a 5 to know you're 5 years old, girl. Rumors say she had an ID, so the idea that she was clueless about her age is straight up laughable. But the absolute kicker has to be the Santa Claus story. Allegedly, Gypsy said she believed in Santa until she was 23, and her little heart was broken when he didn't show up in prison. Come on now, after everything that went down with her mom, you're telling me she was waiting for a sleigh and some presents? The gossip mill's calling it. She knew she was on the naughty list, and that story's so outlandish it's practically performance art. Her face allegedly gave it away too. Rumors say she had that "I'm lying and I know it" look right after dropping that gem. It's like she's auditioning for a circus, and honestly, the Blanchard family might just be one big top at this point.
She said it's one thing after another with content creators, and for somebody that's so unbothered and literally makes videos making fun of content creators, the energy just doesn't match. Could she be manipulating? I don't know. And I honestly don't want to invalidate anybody's thoughts of self-deleting, but for some reason, I have a feeling GRB is not being on the up and up with us. She said again for the 5th time, she'll be getting off of social media because she's choosing her peace. After she was finished with that monologue, and there's a lot more, she bid her live stream audience a farewell and said this may be the last time she posts or even goes live. So we should see her back in 2 or 3 days.
Speaking of the Blanchards, the rumors are swirling that the family dynamic has taken a sharp turn. When Gypsy first got out of prison, it seemed like Rod and Christy were all in, cheering her on. But now, allegedly, they're over it. No reality show, no cash flow, and word is they're broke and want Gypsy to move as far away as possible. Speculation points to Christy especially. Rumors paint her as giving Gypsy the worst advice since day one, like pushing her to ditch Ryan and run off with Ken. Some are even calling Christy the evil stepmother of this saga, allegedly nudging Gypsy to sell photos of baby Aurora for quick cash. In one alleged convo, Christy supposedly said, "Someone's gonna snap a pic of her eventually, so you might as well profit." Gypsy claimed to be offended, swearing she'd never exploit her kid. But then, plot twist. Rumors say she did sell those photos, the same ones that ended up on that infamous billboard she threw a fit over. Allegedly, she and Christy were in cahoots, sharing Aurora's pics with content creators to stir the pot, only for Gypsy to turn around and cry victim when they leaked.
One of them that I thought was very interesting, seeing as everything in her life had a reason behind what she did, why she did it. There was an excuse. She was victim. There was a lot, right? But you notice something she didn't bring up? She didn't bring up how fast her switch flipped the minute she got off parole. And the loving mother that she loved so very much, and that it pained her to think about what happened and that she's no longer here, was now all of a sudden a monster, and she was calling her Dee Dee. And Nick, her co-defendant, who up until now, she kind of just, she was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I took a plea deal. Like, there wasn't a whole lot. But all of a sudden, she blamed everything on Nick.
The gossip suggests this was all a calculated move to blame someone else and keep the drama cycle spinning. It's like she's been selling stories to tabloids forever. TMZ used to call her a source, but allegedly they turned on her when they saw the grift, making her the punchline instead. Now she's supposedly cozying up to People magazine, but the pattern's the same. Create chaos, play victim, repeat. And then there's Ryan Anderson, Gypsy's ex-husband, who's allegedly losing it just as much as she is. The rumors are painting him as a guy whose head's been messed up by this whole ordeal, though some say he was already a bit unhinged. I mean, who marries a convicted murderer still behind bars? Speculatively, someone with a few screws loose. Ryan's been out here throwing shade, like that alleged post where he posed like a wrestler and laughed off his fame tied to Gypsy. He's supposedly bitter, clapping back at anyone pointing out that he's only known because of her.
It went from Nick and Gyp had committed this crime to everything was Nick's idea. She lied about it. Like, she flipped on him. Like, there was no waterboard needed to get this woman to talk. Just saying. And it's funny how she didn't bring that up. And I believe that she didn't bring that up because she knows that's something that she can't manipulate us into believing. I mean, obviously, it's not working. Well, none of us believe her anyways. But my point is, that's not a narrative she can control because she already done messed up. She already did it. She already flipped that switch. And we all called her on it. And that's what really started the bigger spiral, was when she got off parole. I don't know. I just found it odd. That's something that a lot of us have been calling her out on the most, because she was really quick to go talk about everything that we talk about here on TikTok. Her jealousy of Mia. We talk about her artwork, flopping from Ryan to Ken, everything. But she didn't bring that up. Maybe it's because she's worried she's going to self-incriminate.
But this is a new Ryan. According to gossip, jobless after losing his teaching gig, no longer caring about appearances, and showing his true colors. Some speculate he's still clean after 14 years sober, but there's whispers of worry that he's teetering on the edge, with his behavior raising red flags. Allegedly, he's been acting erratic, and the internet's buzzing about whether he's spiraling right alongside Gypsy. It's like they're two sides of the same chaotic coin, both allegedly thriving on the drama they create. So, what's the deal with Gypsy? The rumors paint a picture of someone who's allegedly been orchestrating her own circus since she walked out of prison. Every live, every story, every tear, it's all part of the act, supposedly designed to keep her in the headlines.
There was one time, right after we got married, like the day we got married. I said I'd be obsessed and all that. I don't want to talk about it. 1 million likes, I might tell it to you. If I get to 1 million likes, I'll tell. I'll cry if I don't tell. Well, we had just got married, and we were sitting there, and they gave us like 2 hours by ourselves, right? And it was for all the people who got married, and it was just me and her. We were the only ones who got married that day. There was supposed to be another couple, but something happened, and they didn't get married or whatever. And no, that's what happened. They did get married, but she couldn't stay to visit. It was a lesbian couple, and for some reason the girl didn't get permission to visit or something. It was something weird like that. But it was just me and Gypsy, and we're sitting there, and I was able to get her a drink or whatever, and we're sitting there, and she did something, and she pooted. She farted right there in her face, like, and it was so funny. And I was just like, I just married you. You can't, I mean, it is what it is now. And yeah, like, I just remember that. I mean, like, her face turns red as them hearts going down there. And it was just one of those things where I was just like, oh my God. And that's not the story. That is a story. That legit happened. And it was funny. But I was like, damn, who'd I just marry? No, I'm just joking. I have more stories than that, though. Like, that's kind of a cutesy story.
Whether it's lying about Santa, flipping on her family, or allegedly setting up photo leaks to play victim, the speculation is that Gypsy's not just losing her mind, she's weaponizing the chaos to stay relevant. The Blanchard family's allegedly falling apart, Ryan's out here unraveling, and Gypsy's at the center, pulling strings and dodging accountability. But the internet's catching on, and the gossip says people are done being fooled. Will she keep spinning these wild tales, or will the truth finally catch up? That's the million-dollar question. Now let's talk about Gypsy's alleged narrative about her mom, Dee Dee, and how it's doing cartwheels. According to Gypsy, Dee Dee was this controlling force who wouldn't let her have friends, fall in love, get married, or have kids. Basically, no shot at happiness. She's quoted saying, "Mom's never gonna let me be happy," painting Dee Dee as this barrier to her love life, especially with Nick Godejohn.
According to Gypsy Rose, Dee Dee did not want her having a love relationship. Actually, let's quote her. She said, "Mom is never gonna let me be happy. Have friends? Be in love?"
It all went wrong because I knew that Mom's never gonna let me be happy, have friends, fall in love, get married, have kids.
So according to Gypsy, that's how her mother felt about her dating Nick. But was this little article written where it says she always made sure Gypsy 19 looked immaculate and had been even more proud in recent months since she had been dating 26-year-old Nicholas Godejohn.
But hold up, rumors point to an old article that tells a wildly different story. Allegedly, Dee Dee was all about Gypsy's relationship with Nick, bragging to friends and neighbors about how in love they were at 19 and 26. She reportedly made sure Gypsy looked immaculate and was beaming with pride over their romance. That's not the vibe of a mom shutting down her daughter's love life, right? Yet, Gypsy allegedly told Nick that Dee Dee despised him, creating this whole other narrative. And let's not forget the diaper at the theater incident she conveniently glosses over. Nick spilled that tea, and the gossip says it's a moment Gypsy wishes we'd all amnesia away. So what's the deal? Is she rewriting history to fit her victim's story, or is this just a messy memory lapse? Speculatively, it's a deliberate spin to keep the sympathy train rolling. Then
They are so in love. And then they continued on saying, they are so in love. She would tell her friends and neighbors, "It's lovely to see." That doesn't sound like a mom that's going to not let you date. It also does not sound like the Dee Dee that Gypsy told Nick about. Because if you go back and you look through stuff, Gypsy told Nick that Dee Dee hated him. Oh, and she also likes to play they never met each other. She really likes to forget about that theater incident. But none of us are going to forget. Especially since Nick let it be known you wore a diaper to the theater.
there's this eerie pattern in Gypsy's life that's got the rumor mill spinning. Alleged reenactments tied to her crime. The gossip points to some chilling connections. In prison emails, she allegedly floated the idea of a Star Wars-themed nursery for a son she wanted to name Merlin. Why is that weird? Because according to her book, the last thing she did with Dee Dee was watch Merlin and paint their nails cotton candy pink. Naming her kid after that moment? It's like a sentimental nod to the night everything went down. Then there's the gray sweatshirt. Rumors say she wore one testifying at Nick's trial, and a strikingly similar one popped up in her big TikTok announcement. Coincidence? Maybe, but the speculation doesn't stop there. There's talk of her pre-crime art versus post-crime art, like she's marking eras around that pivotal moment. Allegedly, she gets a thrill from these details, almost reliving the crime through subtle callbacks. It's like she's scripting her life to keep that dark spotlight glowing, and the internet's whispering that it's either a subconscious tic or a calculated move to stay infamous.
So Ryan Anderson went live last night, and apart from him talking about Gypsy a lot and still very clearly being very hurt by her, even though it's been well over a year, he said something really interesting that I wanted to mention. So people in the comments were telling him to spill tea on Gypsy, and he was like, oh, I'm not going to spill tea. I don't want to spill tea today. He goes, this is what he said. I don't want to give it all away on a TikTok live. So that made me think, could there be the possibility of a tell-all book? Was he offered a tell-all book? Because I honestly could see that happening. If you think about it, Ryan probably has the most dirt and information on Gypsy out of almost anyone, because he was with her when she was still in prison, you know, talking with her very closely, was with her right when she got out. They, you know, moved in together, and I just think that there could be so much there that if he was offered a really big deal, that he may take it. I don't know if he would actually do that to Gypsy, but man, that would be so interesting. And his comment just made me think that it could be possible. I don't know.
Now, let's shift to Ryan Anderson, her ex-husband, who's allegedly still reeling. He went live recently, and while he's clearly hurt, over a year later, mind you, he dropped a cryptic hint that's got tongues wagging. When fans pushed him to spill tea on Gypsy, he allegedly said, I'm not going to give it all away on a TikTok live. Excuse me? The gossip mill's in overdrive, speculating about a potential tell-all book. Ryan was with her in prison, talking closely, and right when she got out, they were living together. He's got dirt, allegedly more than anyone. Could he be sitting on a deal, ready to expose her secrets? Rumors suggest he might, especially since he's jobless and bitter, but some wonder if he'd really go that far. It'd be a bombshell, no doubt, spilling tea on everything from her prison days to their messy split. The speculation's juicy, and I'm here for it.
I don't understand how anybody could hurt a child. I don't. Like, every time I read a story on Facebook or on social media, and you read about these parents that got arrested for, you know, hurting their kid, their baby, and I'm just like, I cry.
Gypsy Rose is speaking on the baby Emmanuel case, and number one, GRB, we do not need nor want your opinion. It's just crazy to me that somebody who unalived their own mother is giving any type of say-so in an unaliving case. Like, you literally took a life too. Like, what do you even... I mean, she really does try to act like she's this perfect mother. I would never. But let me tell you about something GRB did do. GRB had a conversation with Nicholas Godejohn. It was actually in a video. And this is actual evidence. This is evidence. It's real. In this video, GRB was saying that when their hypothetical daughter that they have one day turns 14, she will give up her you know what to him, and that he could have her anytime he would like. A 14-year-old, isn't that a child? Is that not a child? This is par for the course. GRB really tries to put her opinion out there, but it just winds up backfiring. Somebody always debunks it. I would think at this point, just the current events, things that are happening, especially criminal cases, just stay the fuck.
Gypsy's spiral, though, it's allegedly hitting new lows. That buzzed-off hair, major red flag. She's made a big deal about how her mom shaving her head was a trigger, yet here she is, allegedly choosing to do it herself. Why? The gossip says it's a cry for attention or a regression to old coping mechanisms. Then, in her latest live, she's claiming she wants a private life, might ditch social media, and is struggling hard. Conveniently, right after her TV show got the axe. Allegedly, the network pulled the plug, not her, despite her spinning it as her choice.
So Gypsy said, I'm starting to realize, though, that I do have a wide variety of men that I could be exposed to when I'm released from prison. It says blank is a really good man. This has to be about Ryan, though. So Ryan is a really good man. He is standing by me through a lot. In the last year and a half, we have been through me being on quarantine twice. Once when my wing was on quarantine, and again when I had COVID back in July. Then me going to the hole for 2 weeks. If anyone knows why she went to the hole, let me know. Him getting fired for being in a relationship with me, and now me being placed on a 6-month visitation suspension because I was irresponsible. I don't know why that happened. And in the mix of all that, dealing with my emotional ups and downs of everyday life. The hurdles that keep being thrown at us seems to make our relationship stronger, because each time we are faced with a lack of opportunity to talk, we are reminded how much we enjoy our connection, and it makes us appreciate each other more. I think that wall that I put up for so long is coming down, and I am allowing myself to love him. On one of the sessions of our recent weekend visits, I went to a visit without any makeup on, my hair all messy in a bun, and I did not wear my dentures. I let him see my flaws because I had finally felt comfortable enough to be vulnerable with anyone. I never even let this is about Ken, I guess. I never even let Ken see me without being all done up in makeup, and I never let him see me without my teeth in, which is my biggest insecurity. It was nice. It was just nice to bring down a barrier of insecurity and be able to finally show my flaws and be accepted. I feel like this last weekend's visit with Brian really made me see that we have something I've never had before, which is a healthy relationship built on love and trust. So you had a healthy relationship built on love and trust, and what'd you do? You cheated on him and got pregnant with another man. Got it.
And then she's back to the Mia jealousy, whining about how her sister got the life she dreamed of, Rod's household, prom, all that. But let's be real. Mia's a nurse, educated, living right, while Gypsy's allegedly stuck in chaos. At 34, she's on TikTok Live talking about wanting to unalive herself. Valid feelings, maybe, but airing it like that? The rumors scream it's performative. She says she's in therapy, but speculation is she's been running wild since prison, mentally stuck in her teens. Her family, Rod, Christy, whoever, allegedly isn't stepping in to give her structure, and she's crashing hard. The internet's buzzing, log off Gypsy and get real help. And then there's this alleged email from a guy, maybe Ryan, maybe not, rejecting Gypsy before they met.
So says Gypsy, I am glad that I could be there for you last night. I will always try to be there for you in the future. I apologize for this timing considering our talk, but I really need to get this off my chest. I do want you to realize something. I am not head over heels in love with you. Do I like you? And am I attracted to you? Yes, but I like and am attracted to a lot of people. A lot of people. I choose not to mention the other people in my life to you as a courtesy because I want to spend time with you in the short amount of time that I have with you. I really wish that you would just stop thinking that I am that easy. I am very selective, like I have mentioned. And yes, I did lose my cool last week, but you know why. I am intrigued by you, but I haven't seen or heard anything that has ever made me want to have a relationship with you either. Plus, I have never seen you in person. I have never, in fact, said anything in terms of a relationship with you. Although you are a mind reader, haha, so please stop thinking about me. I am an effing catch, and the person that I end up with will be someone very special because I am special, whoever they may be. Now, back to your gorgeous self. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you were able to have a great night's sleep. Thanks for opening up to me last night. That shows trust. I really appreciate it. That's really weird if that was Ryan, but again, this says they hadn't met yet, so maybe this was before they had met. I'm really not sure. I'm intrigued by this.
It's a wild read. He's flattered, but not head over heels, says he's attracted to lots of people, and calls himself a catch who's super selective. He's intrigued, but not sold, never saw her in person, and tells her to stop thinking he's easy. Yet, he ends it all sweet, hoping she slept well and appreciating her trust. If this was Ryan, it's a bizarre glimpse into their early days, showing he wasn't all in at first. The gossip split. Some say it's him setting boundaries. Others think it's a red flag of his own issues. Either way, it adds another layer to their messy saga.
No good man in their right mind goes after a married woman, knowing that they're married. No. Fucking douchebag. I ain't getting riled up about him. Life's too short. He might have did me a damn favor. Tell you what, I ain't gotta deal with that bullshit mother-in-law no more, though. That's the gist. Anything else to talk about? Yeah, I was at your mama's last night. Tell her to make me some waffles next time.
The thing about me is I don't think I'm better than anybody except Ken, but that's not debatable.
So here's the tea. Gypsy's allegedly rewriting her past, reenacting crime-linked details, and spiraling on live streams while Ryan's hinting at a bombshell reveal. Is she lost in her own chaos, or is this all a calculated circus? The rumors say she's playing us, but the cracks are showing. What do you think? Is Gypsy's spiral real, or is she just keeping the drama alive? Drop your takes in the comments, and let's keep this tea party going. Catch you in the next video. Stay shady, stay fabulous,